to meet you. My name is Youkyeong, but just call me OU. I was born in Busan on 1979. I think it is very important to tell my age and my generation for approaching my work. My English, I don't speak very well English, but I'm trying to explain my work English. Please, please understand this. Sorry. Let's explore. In the early days, my work through project in the highlands and the forest, nature and humanity. I became curious about the large universe of interaction, extinction, and the birth of objects. By focusing on energy and presenting the image created by energy, it conveys the world of circulation, multiplication, and extinction through works. No structures, society, existence, or anything stand on its own. All objects are connected by endless chains. Connection is carried out by chance, spatially, temporally, causally, and out of necessity. For example, we have relationships among production, class, family, individual, state, in society, and internationally in the world. Yes. I would like to talk about my work in 3 categories. The first is recovery project. The second is an interest in invisible energy and circulation. The third is the process of finding immaterial energy in matter. I had an interest in the social role of artists, that artists have no cure, artists have to cure and recover society with creative activity. While I was at University in Paris, I used broken chairs, old chairs, and abandoned chairs to represent this. Chairs that lost their functions as furniture, abandoned in Paris, were an important medium for my creativity and study. I changed these chairs to other form, and function through cleaning, wrapping them in bandages, winding, and using materials to promote their healing. High place is this work made of broken chairs and red ribbons. The repairs, alterations, and changes made to these chairs were not to recover them to use as their original function. Instead, it was for symbolic reasons. The chairs symbolize healing, longevity, repose, and reincarnation. The stopped function of the chairs converted to another form symbolizes life after death. For me, the chairs were changed through artistic activities, like a metal gone through alchemy. A red ribbon was wrapped around the chair, and a ladder was formed with a ribbon and connected to the legs of the chair. Flower project. The flower project was a project of melting and solidifying repetitively. I covered the broken chair with cloth soaked in flour paste and detached it after it was dried, which made the cloth have the shape of the chair. This work became empty like a shell. Then I melted the chair shaped cloth with hot water. This cloth can repetitively take the form of different shape. In another piece, I wondered about the extinction and creation of the universe in the project, in which I performed ceremonial work for a new life to dead tree and a fallen branch in the forest. This made me contemplate reincarnation. Let's take second category. In the second category, my focus changed to contemplating invisible and untouchable energy like gravity, sound, wind, the senses, etc. Inspired by a trip to Ladakh. Do you know Ladakh? In India, north in India. Ladakh to see the Tanka in high mountain, while feeling the difficulty of just walking and breathing at an altitude of 4,000 meters. It was an opportunity to focus more on circulation, proliferation, and extinction. I tried to ironically express with the light object of the world that all the artifacts in the world, which are already standing as heavy and magnificent, not very strong or deep. Cube month, I made this title Cube plus Movement. An example of theme was demonstrated in the work Cube month. I built a tower with the boxes made of 3,300 sheets of light print papers, and observed the collapse and change of the tower with operating a fan in front of the tower. Of course, the light paper the light paper boxes were moved up and down by the wind and collapsed, changing their locations. But mistaked and trembled by the wind again and again, continuously as time went on. Another piece from this theme is a white cube-shaped big balloon filled with half helium, half air, floated in an exhibition space, like a spaceship got out of gravity. It was moved by spectators' breath and touch. All these movements were free and informal. I started to work on changing the general image that is stable, absolute, and authoritative, such as that of white cube, and presenting the possibility of perceiving is differently. This is a created mountain. Is a work in which the height of the fabric is determined by the number of helium balloons, and the shape of the mountain is created against gravity.
Salt city I made with salt cubes. Salt city is a single channel video work that depicts a process in which blocks of salt piled on the tidal flats of the west coast in the form of a tower slowly melt down by the tide and eventually disappear. The salt tower, which disappeared during the 12-hour tidal cycle created by the moon's gravitation, reflected the principle of nature's circulation and interest in invisible energy power. In the actual exhibition hall, edited 26-minute single channel video. Salt City shows video of salt bricks melting by rising tide and reproducing it upside down as if a tower of salt bricks was born as seawater escapes. The succession of the two looping images continues to create an order of circulation regardless of precedent. Inverse movie. It is not enough to explain the state of one object, but only to reveal all connected objects at the same time. The work consists of dozens silver foil balloons, which reverse gravity and hold the center of gravity. It reacts subtly to indoor convection and the movement visitors. Balloons that twinkle like a mirror multiply by shining on each other. It's the complete opposite of a mobile from the ceiling. Balloons mounted on this tube or balloons dragged up by thin tubes, balanced and installed against gravity from the ground. Flowered, the city was created using flour and various types of ready-made containers. I did the work of scooping flour into a container and building, like kids building sandcastle with buckets. Repeatedly similar shapes erected radially to create a city. I wanted to show the non-permanence in the work, such as the mandala painting that disappears again after carefully producing it with sand for a long time. I am looking forward to another layer of perspective to the world we live in through the process of collecting and revealing. Dreamlike, which means dreamlike, it is a work of attaching about 20,000 ping pong balls one by one. Small and perfect ping pong balls were attached to reveal the world's infinite proliferation. As a concept of the present progressive process. Small ping pong balls, which seem to be connected in this random form, are actually attached very systematically. In this work, the symbol that the world is changing without a second breath in expressed. I hope that another energy will be shown through the act of accumulating and repeating small, light, and trivial things. Paper city, it is to imagine and transform the essence and the use of matter into a completely different perspective that deviate from the exciting cognitive system. Paper City is a work that finds some new meaning beyond the prescribed value that people have given to matter itself through new story created by extremely ordinary and everyday objects that are easily seen around them. After taking a sip of water, 20,000 disposable paper cups that were discarded were stacked in different numbers to form mountain peaks. Then mountains are formed to fill empty space. This mountain looks like a group huge island and castle in a fairy tale. The mountain made of light and transparent conical paper cups is a variable and tense mountain that is likely to fly away when the wind blows. Disposable cups, which were usable objects, are no longer paper cups, but converted into other essences. A mountain range made of cups, an urban landscape made of office A4 paper, ironically expressed with the right object of the world, that not all artifacts in the world are very long or deep, which are weighed heavily and magnificently erected. In the third category, so far, I have focused on light and invisible forces, and I have used light material to present this. And now, as you may have noticed, I have moved on to using heavier, more solid materials in my work. There are several reasons that I have been influenced by the current format of work. In 2012, I participated in the Hifokia residency from Foundation d'entreprise Hermes, and I was given the material silver. After much research and thought, I tried to find non-material essence or effects in silver. Later, in the Amore Pacific Museum of Art outdoor project, solid work that had to withstand typhoons and wind was a big motive for me. And that's when I came with the idea of Hilla Chef's work called The Tower of the Baram. Baram means wind and wish. During the 3 weeks workshop at the Pipokia atelier, artisans encountered various skills in silver working, and their sight reminded of alchemy. Seeing the light emanating from silverware that went through the hands of artisans, I could sympathize with why people in the past considered silver as a symbol of the moon and considered it sacred. I made 108 geometric 3-dimensional figures in 5 months using metal techniques, such as the way paper is folded into a shape. These 3-dimensional figures are made in various size, ranging from 2 to 5 centimeter in height and 3 to 40 centimeter width. They are in the form of hexagonal pillars, octagonal pillars, pyramid, cube, disc, and tables. Additionally, the mirror-like finish allow the unit to shine on each other and find another reflected geometric patterns on the figure side. Just as the colorful arabesque pattern consists of repetition and the combination of geometric patterns. They were interested in the infinite possibilities that repetition of geometric shape could create. When installing the work, the result is unknown, and each module is carefully moved to create a tower. In the work, it is transformed into various shapes by reflecting the modules. After making the tower of the moon, I ran into some contradictions. I was trying to find the immaterial things in materials. So first of all, I came to use crystal to find the immaterial parts. These are always meaningful stones, fallen branches, rain, and wind all around us. I was interested in the interaction between art and nature and wanted to express it. It is the form of a tower of stacking geometry modules. The main material of this work is crystal. In particular, the crystal sphere projects the reflected image upside down and momentarily breaks down the reflected space-time through reflection and transparency. Like the energy produced by stone, wood, and wind in the forest, the crystal sphere is considered to be material that exists both materially and non-material. In the work being connected, objects in the form of a circle and sphere are combined or overlapped to create another form within the image that is depending on the stage of the simple form combinations. I present a state in which two or more objects are connected to each other and affect each other, like a phenomenon that is warmed by a haze. It is not enough to explain the state of one object, and all connected objects are exposed at the same time. Through this method, a new relationship is established, and through this, it can be imagined as a more complex and infinite structure, foreshadowing constant change and new form. We are part of a world that interacts in various ways. In the system of interaction, individual actions may collide and break regular rhythm. I attribute the method of the composition of these works to the harmony and balance of interaction. It is a process in which the modules that make up the work influence each other. There was a specific energy and relation among the space and the people in the exhibition who interacted with the work. This dynamic created a poetic breadth and dramatic tension in the exhibition space. I hope for a general object to be perceived in a different way, reimagined by giving its own meaning to the observer. I believe the poetry of the reimagined object can touch the observed senses in the space in which the work is presented. Even small detail can create waves. This is an important aspect of creation. Thank you.